What's up? It's the Brunch Breakdown. Didi out here in Los Angeles. Chris is in Wisconsin still, and or maybe he's driving. I'm not really sure what Chris is doing. And Dan is in Pittsburgh. It's the Brunch Breakdown. Thanksgiving. How'd it go for you, Dan?
Well, always a favorite holiday in this house. Went smoothly. We didn't have to hop around too much, which was nice, but good day to celebrate with some turkey. With some turkey, Dee. How about you, Mr. Ham?
Celebrated with some ham.
There you
Is
go.
what I did. Ate a
Yeah.
lot of ham, and I've eaten a lot of ham sandwiches since Thanksgiving. And yeah, Thanksgiving always solid. And yeah, ham, ham all day.
See, but then you can't have we might have brought this up on Brunch Court like a while ago when they introduced it because it's been out now. Have you seen the Pepperidge Farm stuffing seasoned rolls? They're rolls, like tear apart rolls, and they're seasoned to be like stuffing. And they're tremendous. I have them downstairs right now. And it's perfect for that post Thanksgiving turkey slider with the stuffing seasoned roll. You throw a little turkey on there. Maybe you turn like the
How do I?
gravy's more of an au jus, maybe like a dip, just a slight dip in the gravy. You're good to go. How about that? You can't do that with ham. That doesn't work.
How did I not know about this? Or
Dude,
I,
get on the lookout. Pepper's Farm. Yeah, you got to get them. See if you can still find them.
wow,
Yeah.
stuffing season rolls.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's a real deal.
that sounds
Little onion and
amazing.
sage. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very good. Very good.
Oh
Yeah.
God, that sounds incredible for a nice ham sandwich after Thanksgiving. It all sounds perfect to me. God, I love it. I love it.
Oh
Well,
man.
I'm happy you had a good Thanksgiving. Hope everyone listening had a good Thanksgiving too. Today on the show, we are going to be talking Thanksgiving leftovers. TSA had to put on a message, put out a nice message for everybody. We're going to talk about that. I got a couple random holiday thoughts that have been going through my brain, and we've got Doritos After Dark, this new Doritos nightclub that opened up in LA. We got music, we got more. It's the Brunch Breakdown. Dan, let everybody know where they can find this thing.
Yeah, most certainly. Anywhere podcasts are available, we are there. Okay. Wherever you like to listen, we're there. Okay. It's that simple. Hit follow, hit subscribe, whatever they like to call it. Do that. The episode will come to you each and every Wednesday morning. Boom. Right there for you, ready to go. Listen to the newest episode. Of course, we also have full video episodes as well, in case you want to see a little behind the scenes of what we look like in the studio. Here we are. Where are those? YouTube, Facebook, Spotify. Yes, Spotify as well, premiering at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, on demand anytime you want to watch after that. And do us a favor, leave us a review. We'd really appreciate it. You give a little thanks. It's this time of year. We would very much appreciate, and we appreciate you that have done it so far. We've got some nice 5-star reviews floating around out there, so we very much appreciate if you could do that for us. Of course, we're everywhere on social media. Give us a follow at Brunch Breakdown. We were on the game early. We're not at Brunch Breakdown 1, not at Brunch underscore breakdown, like Chris had to do. Okay, at Brunch Breakdown. It's that simple. Give us a follow. We'll follow you back. And of course, we finished the episode with music, and we put that into a playlist for you. We call it the Sounds of Brunch, and we update that exclusively to Spotify each and every Friday. Just tell Siri, Alexa, Rufus, um, who else is out there? Google, hey Google, play me the Sounds of Brunch and enjoy.
Rufus. All right. Yeah, and you know where you haven't been able to find us yet is Blue Sky, but I guess
Oh, right. I did say
we
everywhere.
have to do
Got
this.
to make the jump, right? Everybody's making the jump, especially the last couple of weeks. People are jumping over.
God, man.
It's too
There's
many.
Jesus.
We gotta
We
have like
gotta
a quota. We gotta have like a quota of mediums that we're on, and if we jump to one, we gotta drop one. There's too much to do here. It's too much to handle.
it's it's just annoying me. It's like because I'm on Instagram, it makes it seem like Threads is like a place to be, but then
Right?
you actually go on Threads and you're like, what is this?
Yeah.
But then
It's
I
like
hear, but every podcast I listen to, they all are just talking about how great Blue Sky is,
yeah.
and they're all on Blue Sky. So it's like I don't know who's got money where, but it seems like every ESPN podcast has Blue Sky. They're all talking about Blue Sky. So I'm like, I guess someone's got money somewhere over there
Yeah.
because they're all talking about Blue Sky as if it's like an ad. They're like just making sure
Jeez.
they mention Blue Sky, and it's been like that for 2 weeks. I'm like, I guess we'll be over there. Hopefully, no one took our
I
handle.
was gonna say we better at least lock that down, right?
So I
Shit.
guess
As
we
I
should
say
go
that, all
lock
right, we
that
have a
down.
couple of days before this comes out to at least
Yeah.
so
So
nobody
we're
jumps
not.
on it as they're listening.
Yeah.
Ooh, guess
So
what
we're
I'm
not.
gonna do? At Brunch Breakdown 1, suckers.
So we're not brunch underscore breakdown underscore 1 2 3 or
Yeah.
something. God, there's a lot.
There is a lot.
And surprisingly, that's not what I have to say to get off my chest. But
Okay.
Dan, get it off your chest. What's going on, man?
Yeah, I will. And a lot of places I was going to take this week, but this in particular is timely. I wanted to wait until Chris was back, planning to be joining us next week, I believe, to discuss this amongst the three of us. But this can't wait. This can't wait. And you probably know where I'm going to go with this. For those of you not aware, you're probably aware I'm going to go. You're probably at least aware of the huge war that took place over the summer. And no, I don't mean overseas or anything like that. Drake v. Kendrick, right?
Yeah.
Right. And pretty easy to say that Kendrick came out on top of that. Not Like Us was just the missile to end it all. I mean, what else are you going to do? What else can you say to that? Well, Dee Dee, as I'm sure you are aware, there has been a bit of a development this week. And this week came out that Drake decided to sue Universal Music Group, which, by the way, he's also associated with, just under a different division, sue Universal Music Group for artificially inflating streams to Not Like Us on Spotify using bots, payola, and some other myriad of tactics. It also alleged. Now I don't know if this is true because I wanted to test this. I didn't have a chance to do it. The court documents also alleged that Universal Music Group had a financial agreement in place with Apple to have Siri direct users to Not Like Us when they asked Siri to play Drake's album Certified Lover Boy, because Not Like Us contains the lyrics. There's 3 lyrics in there that says Certified Lover Boy. There's a question mark at the end of it, but he claims that when you ask the Siri to play that, it plays Not Like Us, thinking that's what you meant, not Drake's album. All in the lawsuit. Drake, we all love you on this podcast, have for a very, very long time. Dee Dee and Chris especially, right? Hardcore lovers. But this is so soft. So soft. SAWFT. Soft. And if there was any doubt who won the war of words this summer, it is over. Declare it over. Ring the bell. Kendrick Lamar, game, set, match. This is just, it's sad, man. It's sad that you're that desperate. You actually think that that's what's happening, that they're inflating streams for Not Like Us, that it's hurting you financially. Like, dude, come on. Could you not wave the white flag any other way? This was just, I could not believe this story. I had to go like investigative reporter. I had to tap into your wife and go, I need a second and a third source here to make sure this story is legit and not just floating over the internet. Dee Dee, wow.
It's okay. It's embarrassing.
There, that's the word.
Whether it was real or not, whether all the things they say in the
Right.
lawsuit are real or not,
Right.
it's just lame. It's like, Drake, you're one of the biggest rappers in the world. Sorry, you lost the battle. You decided to fight with the wrong guy.
Right.
Like he really, really hates you. And that's just what happened, dude. The problem with Drake is he keeps trying to act like things are normal. Keeps showing up,
Right.
Right, doing things on Instagram. Like, no, you should have just went completely dark, and then people would have missed you. Came out with an album in like May or something,
Yeah.
and people would have been like, "We miss Drake." Because I got to tell you, it's not like Kendrick's putting out happy music. It's not like anybody's like
Right.
Like, they are the yin and yang of rap music. They're humongous artists, biggest artists of their generation, of course. And like, but one is one way, the other is another way. Drake, we need you.
Yeah.
But doing this makes it very hard for even fans to be like, dude, you're you're mad at Siri?
Right. Come on. Really?
God, dude. Oh, it's so lame. And it's sad. It's sad.
It is.
But yeah, you're mad at Siri. But I will say, Siri does do weird things sometimes. Because in my car, on my phone,
Mhm.
if you say to play anything from Taylor Swift, it just plays you the regular Taylor Swift version. On the HomePod,
Okay.
always goes to Taylor's version. Always.
Interesting.
And I find that to be very, very weird. But it's like on the HomePod, automatically, it's like now playing blank space, Taylor's version, blah, blah, blah. But anywhere else, it just gives you the regular version. But Taylor's version is the only thing that the HomePod acknowledges. I find it weird. But
That
like,
is odd.
I find
Yeah.
it weird.
When
Yeah.
you're asking on your phone, what music,
Asking on the phone.
what streaming service is it defaulting to?
Oh, Apple Music. Because I use Apple Music. So
Okay.
that's
Okay.
what it goes
That's
to.
what I thought.
Yeah.
Maybe the home went Apple Music and I could see how that would direct there. But if
Yeah.
they're both to Apple Music, then that's strange.
Yeah, they're all to Apple Music. So it's very weird. It's very weird. So,
Okay.
you
All
know.
right. Keep an eye out in Siri.
Yeah. Siri. Can't trust her. Gotta
Right.
sue Siri. If Siri's not playing the brunch breakdown and she's playing the Joe Rogan podcast, we're
Yeah.
suing.
We're suing. You let us
We're
know. And your
suing.
listeners, yeah. Test it out all week.
Good God. Oh man. All right. Well, I'm gonna get this off my chest. Christopher Gates. Apparently he was calling himself a cripple on Instagram. Did you see this?
I didn't see this. No.
So Chris had his long drive to Wisconsin, however long it takes him, 12 hours, 9 hours. I don't know, too long for me to be in a
Too
car.
long. Right.
And apparently he's like, I couldn't bend over. Katie had to tie my shoes. Katie had to do all these things for me. I'm walking. He was like, I'm walking, doing his walking talks. You know, he's walking. And
Oh
he's
yeah.
like,
hmm
I honestly can't do a lot of things because my back locked up, whatever. And I would just like to say to my friend Chris and to anybody out there who's pushing 40, physical therapy is good, guys. I've been saying it on this podcast for a long time, y'all. Physical therapy is good. And especially back to Mr. Gates, who's out here lifting, always making his faces on the Instagram, doing this thing with his leg presses and everything else. You got to stretch, bro.
Yeah.
You got to go to your doctor, get your if you need a referral, get your physical therapy on because it will help you. I'm telling you, if you have anything going on with you right now in your late 30s, got a little your neck cracking a little more than usual, got a little back thing going on, lower back, upper back, wherever you got something going on with your shoulder, guys, I'm telling you, physical therapy, it will help you. Go to physical therapy before it's too late. Because the first thing, because if you wait too long, all anybody's gonna talk to you about is, hey man, you get surgery. You get surgery.
Yeah.
And like I listen, I got surgery, guys. I got surgery almost 4 years ago. I'm telling you, you don't want to do it. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's better for me, but it's not fun. I'm telling you, physical therapy, guys. They will tell you what to do. They will help you out. Go to your physical therapist. Get it done. You're in your 30s, late 30s, guys. Come on. Come on. Physical therapy. It's time. Might be a little embarrassing,
Yeah.
but it will help you in the long run. We're
Yeah.
almost 40, guys. Almost 40. Get it done.
Dude,
Get it
that's
done.
good advice. Great advice. And for someone who lifts a lot of weights, that technique is so vital. And I'm sure he's
Yep.
got that down where he's not lifting with his back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he should know though that with that, the post workout just as important. And at the gym that I used to, I don't want to say I worked at a gym, I worked for a gym. I did the marketing for them. That was always very, very key was the physical therapy element that we had right there at the gym to take care of you in situations like this. This is what happens when you get old. And listen, long drive, rough on the back for anybody. I'm sure there were
Mhm.
multiple stops throughout to stretch it out. So that's not like an excuse. Like, hey, well, this only happens when I take 10-hour drives. No, no, no. That's a sign for help. Maybe you get one of those little, that's why the taxi drivers in New York City, right, have like the beaded thing on the
Mhm.
chairs and things like that. Maybe
Yep.
you need a little heat pad down there for the drives. But in the meantime, PT, baby. PT, yeah, you start to feel it. You start to, as you inch and as I inch toward closer to 40, I feel it too, brother. I feel it too. Yeah, it's rough out there.
Telling you.
Get ahead of it. Get ahead of
I'm
it.
telling you. Because the main thing is that even if you're not doing something like as intense as Chris is all the time, it's
Right.
still just like good to know what to do when you have these little issues. It's good to know the things that you shouldn't do. Like, here's one thing my physical therapist told me. She was like, when you go to the store, when you go to the grocery store, what do? You got one thing to get. Like, what do you do? And I was like, oh, like I grab the, little basket. She's like, stop doing that. That's stupid. Never grab the basket again. I was like, what? She's like, why would you put that stress on yourself to have a basket? Because you're gonna grab a loaf of bread, then you're gonna grab a gallon of milk, then you're gonna grab whatever, and then all of a sudden you're like walking like this to the grocery store, which isn't a big deal. It's not like it's heavy, but like your body's going like this.
Mm-hmm.
Grab a cart. I don't care if you get one thing, grab a cart. And I was like, that makes sense.
Wow.
It's little things like that. And also, I have like an egg crate that I have in my seat when I drive. Also, I don't know if you got heated seats in the Jeep, but maybe you need to trade the Jeep in, get yourself some
Dude,
heated
yeah.
seats. It's like a
Yeah.
massage on your back. It's amazing. So just saying, get it together, guys. Physical therapy. We ain't young no more, man. I'm trying
Nope.
to help. I'm
It's
trying to
true.
help people. Trying to help. People helping
Great.
people.
Yeah, people helping people. It's great advice.
Right.
It's great advice. Look,
Breath
and
away
he's still,
from.
I mean, like you said, he might be on the drive now. We can't keep track of this guy. Where's
No, we
Waldo?
can't.
But hopefully he gets this advice beforehand and he can at least help himself out because he's got to make that whole trek back. It's a rough one out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Seriously. Well, that was get off our chests. Now it's time to get into some brews. Dan, what are
Yes.
you sipping on?
So I'm gonna break protocol here a little bit.
Okay.
It's a coming off of Thanksgiving, lots of celebrations and gatherings and whatnot. Didn't have a beer this week though.
Oh,
Didn't have a beer this week. Now that may change later on tonight.
okay.
You know, perhaps. But I don't want to. I don't want to forecast anything. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you people, tell you what I'm going to have. That's just not what I do. I'm not going to be like Chris and say, here's a non-alcoholic beer that tastes fine because it doesn't. But what I can tell you is, I could say I could pull a Didi here because you've done this from time to time.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, the wine was pouring. The
Oh
wine was
yeah.
aplenty. The wine was
Yes.
aplenty. So I'm literally wearing a craft beer sweatshirt, and here I am talking about wine on Brews Day. It's a special edition, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to give a special shout out to uh, long time now listener of the pod, and my mother in law's boyfriend Sam always
Hmm.
comes through with the big time wine, and he did so for Thanksgiving. Prisoner. If you're not familiar with Prisoner, he brought a couple, but the Prisoner wine stood out among the rest. It was fantastic. I think it was either a red blend or a cab. He's probably yelling right now as he's listening to this. I can't remember which it was. It doesn't matter because it was delicious. It was delicious red wine and Prisoner for Thanksgiving. Maybe a little bit of irony in there and not really appropriate, but still, it's all about the grapes. It's all about the grapes. And the wine was pouring for Thanksgiving and Prisoner. Delicious, delicious. Thank you, Sam. And cheers to the next round of Prisoner on you. It was fantastic. So wine this week, Didi. Wine.
Nice. Look
Yeah,
at you
I know.
refining yourself. I
Growing up,
love it, man.
growing
You
up.
gotta grow up sometime, and you just gotta start. You just gotta start throwing down the wine.
Yeah, love it.
Because yeah, the wine was flowing this week for us as well, but also the drinks were a flowing. I'm
Okay.
trying to find what this drink was, because as you know, your boy was at his favorite place this week with the children. Great
Hell
Wolf
yeah.
Lodge,
Yeah.
and And me, Siobhan, and my mother-in-law, we threw down. We were drinking these holiday drinks where you
Okay.
got the cup for free, right? So,
Oh yeah.
dude, dude, outdoor parties at the crib, we have a bunch of plastic Great Wolf Lodge cups because we did some damage. We got like a whole yeah. We've got like 15 Great Wolf Lodge like mugs and cups of different sorts because they had these
Oh.
holiday drinks. And I had this one, it was called Jingle Juice, which was supposed to be
Ooh.
a mocktail, but I was like, bartender, yo, you throw like some whiskey in that? And he was like, okay, I can, but I got to put it in the other cup because I can't make people think that this is the one because they had like three different glasses. I was like, dude,
Okay.
do what you want. Do what you
Yeah.
want. Shit was amazing. It was amazing. So it
Wow.
was basically just, yeah, it was, it had like some cider in it. It had like some spice in it. I forget what it was. I was trying to
Ooh.
find it, but I can't. But anyways, all I know is it was very, very good. And threw down. So Great Wolf Lodge,
Wow.
dude. Shouts to you for, making just making family trips great. Just it's
Custom
great.
jungle, custom
Yeah.
jingle juice for you. Look at that. That's
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Dude, you got to get
Dude.
in with their, you got to get your manager to get in with their agency to get on some
Dude.
commercials for
Oh,
them. I mean, that's your dream.
dude,
That's your dream
they
right
don't
there. Because you got to
understand.
shoot them there too, right?
Yes.
You're
Oh
not
yeah.
doing
Like you
this
don't
in some
understand.
studio or something or someone's house that you rented out for the day. You're at the lodge.
No,
They're
you're
putting you
there.
up. Yeah.
They don't, dude, they don't understand how much I love that place. Like I just it's the greatest. It's the greatest, man. The happiest place on earth is Great Wolf Lodge. It is not Disneyland. I'm telling you right now. It's
Wow.
not.
Okay.
It's not. I think it's because everyone enjoys the Great Wolf Lodge. Everyone doesn't enjoy Disneyland. It's not the happiest place on earth. Trust
That's
me.
fair.
The Great Wolf Lodge, though, telling you,
There it is.
everybody's happy.
Use promo code
Everybody's
Brunch Breakdown for 10% off your tickets.
oh man.
One day.
Got it.
Can only hope.
One day making that happen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was Brews Day. And now let's get into the main menu.
Let's do
Ready?
it. Yeah. Let's
Let's
dive
do
in.
it. Let's get into the main menu. All right. So, leftovers on Thanksgiving, big deal.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to take the leftovers. We were talking about turkey sandwiches and ham sandwiches earlier. And TSA put out a note for everybody saying, yo, watch what you bring on the plane. So, Dan, I want to know what did you take out of this article that you were like, all right, this is this is weird to take on a plane? Because I understand people taking leftovers. I get it. Like I know
Sure.
people who would take like DeCarlo's pizza, which is awesome pizza from home. Like everyone loves it. Same thing with like Fiore's in Pittsburgh. Like, people will take that. I get it. But leftovers on Thanksgiving. And the weirdest thing I saw here was they pointed out cranberry sauce.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, listen, if you like cranberry sauce, that's fine. But cranberry sauce is I can make cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
I can't make anything else that has to do with Thanksgiving food. I cannot. Why are you taking that home? Why are you putting that in, trying to put that in your carry-on?
Right.
What are we doing?
Right.
What are we doing?
The thing that stuck out to me was this quote from TSA. It goes like this. If it's a solid item, it can go through a checkpoint. However, if you can spill it, spread it, spray it, pump it, or pour it, and it's larger than 3.4 ounces, then it should go into a check bag. What are you pumping? What are you pumping? That's a Thanksgiving leftover. All right, we're talking Thanksgiving. He didn't mean, he's not painting this with a broad brush. This is literally an article about Thanksgiving leftovers. And they got a quote from the guy. Pump it. I'm going to pump. Maybe if I pump this mac and cheese, I put it into a container where I can pump it. Maybe it'll seal a little bit better. Just here's the thing. Here's my general thought. Is anything, I don't care how good homemade your mom, your aunt's, or whoever's food is anything really that good reheated after it's been on an airplane for likely multiple hours? Is anything worth risking bringing it on an airplane through your carry-on? I can't comprehend that. Casseroles are allowed? First of all, you can spill a casserole. That's the first thing. That's the first thing he
Yeah.
said. Spill it. I can spill a casserole. I can
Mm.
spill mac and cheese, but they're allowed. So the phrasing, we have to work on
Mm.
the phrasing here. And that just seems weird. It seems weird. You need to keep that stuff cold. Can you bring an ice pack through TSA? Because that's like, it's a liquid, but it's
Mm.
frozen. How does that work? We didn't get into that because if you're bringing those without some sort of device to keep it cold, ladies and gentlemen, that's not safe. It is not safe.
Mm.
You got to keep items cold. You got to keep items cold. It's a safety issue for everybody. It's a safety issue. So I don't get it.
Like, I've never flown over Thanksgiving, I don't believe. Like Christmas, yeah, other holidays, yeah. I don't think ever done it on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I ever will after reading this because I never thought about this. And we've talked about this a couple times before how like food that we like doesn't work well on an airplane. And
Correct.
I'm just thinking of all the smells that go with Thanksgiving
Ugh.
that go great in your house.
Mm-hmm.
They smell great. You know what I mean? Like you
Mm-hmm.
wake up in the morning, there's just stuff being made. You just smell a bunch of different stuff. You're like, oh, it smells like Thanksgiving. Do I want that on a plane? Do I want that beside me? I don't think so. Like,
Yeah.
especially if maybe you did a little drinking
Mm-hmm.
before you left your hometown or wherever you were. Do I want to smell gravy that your mom made, who might not be a great cook? I don't know. Do you want to smell somebody's like there? This is nothing about deviled eggs on here.
Oh
That
gosh.
terrifies me because people take hard-boiled eggs on planes all the time.
They
I
do.
just never. I've been lucky enough never to sit by someone who does.
Oh, lucky you.
So you got a container of deviled eggs. Those aren't gonna like spill. You're gonna carry that on with you because of the way deviled eggs are made. You're gonna feel like that's delicate to you, and you're
Yeah.
gonna get on the plane. You're gonna be sitting in the middle seat next to somebody. You're gonna take out a deviled egg and eat it on Thanksgiving.
Oh man.
No, no, no. This is so wrong. I like never, ever, never, ever will I fly around the Thanksgiving weekend. Like, nope, nope. Maybe, dude, seriously, relatives that I love don't die over the Thanksgiving weekend because I'm not coming.
Oh,
Not coming.
dude, that's a great call out about deviled eggs. Like I'm thinking that. I'm thinking even the stuff
Ooh.
that's not as popular, side dishes, maybe even the snack food, because sometimes people try to lay off the appetizers and snack food, and that's also usually what's left over. The charcuterie board, I can just see like the stinky blue cheese that you're like, oh,
Oh,
wrap this up, take it
yeah.
home. So you're bringing that out. You think it's fine having some crackers with it, your deviled
Mm-mm,
eggs. Not for a plane. Not for a plane. Like,
mm-mm.
no, no. And I also love how they called out in this article, um, frozen, cooked, or uncooked meats, all allowed. Do we have to call out frozen? Why are you bringing on frozen meat on an airplane? We should just not allow that. We should just say, hey, just for everybody's safety and yours in the future. No, can you? Are you allowed to bring a frozen turkey on an airplane? I can't bring a plastic knife, but I could knock somebody out solid with a frozen duck, just right
Oh
over the
yeah.
back of the head. That's more of a weapon than a plastic knife. Come on, TSA. We gotta buckle up here. We
Like
gotta get more buttoned up.
I just I like you like the green bean casserole that much that you're gonna take it on the road with you? Like you're gonna take that in your carry-on?
It's not
Or you're
worth
gonna
it.
just carry that, or you're just gonna carry that the whole time? Is that what all Thanksgiving travel is? Because I've never flown on Thanksgiving. So if you've flown on Thanksgiving, I
Yeah.
really need to know. Like, is it just a bunch of people, like regular in the airport, like at the terminal, just chilling there, but they're all just like sitting there holding casseroles? Like they're all just like sitting there in their seat. It's not like a McDonald's bag they have. They're all just like just going spooning stuffing. And they're gonna go take that onto the plane. Like I need to know. I'm fascinated by this. Like someone took time to write all of this, and
hmm
there has to be a reason for it. And like I understand baked stuff. I get that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine. But everything else, I and then checking stuff, I can't. I can't. Dude, could you
Oh,
imagine checking gravy and
oh my
trusting
gosh.
that?
No
And
way.
trusting that in your bag. Like when people say like wine and champagne, they've wine and champagne on here. Yeah, I've get like we've all packed alcohol in bags. That's fine. It's
Yeah.
sealed. It's closed. So you trust your mom's Tupperware today? I don't trust anyone's
Mm-mm.
Tup. I don't trust any of the stuff in my own house when I'm driving to take it somewhere in my car.
Right.
So you're just gonna trust the TSA guy who you're gonna trust the guy who's doing the baggage who doesn't want to be there at all on this day, who already just throws your bags over his head into the car anyhow, and he really doesn't want to be there today. You trust that, and you trust the Tupperware container with gravy in it and your
That's
stuff.
that's the funny part is like this is a TSA rule, but like the people loading and unloading your bags work for the airline. So they
Yeah.
don't give a shit what's in there. Like you don't
No.
I don't care if it's in plastic, if it's in glass. Bad idea. Bad idea, ladies and gentlemen. Just don't do it. None of that's worth it. None of that's worth it. That's
Like,
crazy to think.
uh, like I truly don't care what's in my kids or my wife's bag when I'm unloading stuff onto the luggage cart or whatever it is, going to
Hmm.
the airport or going to a hotel. I don't care how it goes on there. I can't imagine if that's my job. I don't care
Right.
what's in any of these people's
No.
bags. I
TSA
don't
says we can put in
care.
what? I don't care.
It's just
No.
throwing that shit over wherever it goes.
TSA is getting a
Dude,
little too cute, man. Like we talked about this article earlier in the summer. You can bring in as many bone or many wings as you want. There's no limit to how many wings you can bring through
yeah.
TSA. They're getting a little too cute here. Little much. Little much. Don't
Yeah.
encourage this
And
behavior. We don't need this. Nobody needs
no,
this.
we don't. We do not need this. But shouts to TSA PreCheck. Love you
Yeah.
guys. Love
Yes.
TSA PreCheck. This is the greatest. Love TSA PreCheck. Love TSA PreCheck. You guys
For
are the
sure.
greatest. But yeah, this just made me laugh. I don't know. If listen, hit us up at Brunch Breakdown if you have ever taken any
Yes.
leftovers on a plane.
Please.
Check them, like carried them on. I gotta know because I just I don't know if there's any food, not baked stuff, because
Right.
cookies, cakes, all that
Different.
stuff. I get
Totally
it,
different.
but I'm talking about the food of Thanksgiving.
Stuff that needs reheated. Yeah. Stuff
I
that went
am
into an oven needs reheated. Yeah.
like maybe if you're doing like a really short flight, it's like if you're
Maybe.
flying from like let's say you're flying from Pittsburgh to Philadelphia. You're flying from here to San Francisco. Like we're talking like hour flight,
Yeah.
here to Vegas, something like that.
Right.
I okay, I can understand you sitting there with your casserole. You're like,
Right.
yep, taking my casserole home on the flight for an
Sure.
hour. That's what
Sure.
I'm doing. But any longer than that,
Not worth it. Not worth it. And I feel like it is more so the longer flights that this is
yeah,
happening. You're
yeah,
probably more likely to drive if it's a little bit shorter, and then you can pack
that's
as much
true
as you
too.
want. You're like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to
Yeah,
drive this Thanksgiving because I want to bring some leftovers home, and I'm not trying to take that through an airplane.
yeah.
Yikes.
Mm, weird. It's very weird.
Weird
But
indeed.
yeah, but shouts to you. And if you had your
Yeah. Let us
Thanksgiving,
know.
yeah, let us know at Brunch Breakdown. All right. Well, Dan, I had some random Thanksgiving thoughts go through my head.
Okay.
And I just want to just peek your just go through a little bit here.
Okay. Let's do it.
So what is the pumpkin spice of winter? What
Great
is it?
question. Great question.
Like I want to know what that is
Yeah.
because I was thinking about this because it's like now I was on like the Starbucks menu, I was ordering coffee, and I was like yesterday, and I was like, what? I was like, it's like pumpkin spice is gone. Like that's the whole Starbucks thing from August, from like
Oh yeah.
basically mid-August
Yeah.
now
Right.
all the
August.
way
Yeah.
until basically up until like a week ago. It's like all pumpkin spice. It's all it is. They're trying to push to you, whatever. And I'm just like, what is the pumpkin spice? Because now it's gone. It's not in the stores anymore. Like it's
Yeah.
not Target. You don't see it anywhere at Target anymore. It's gone.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm wondering, what's the pumpkin spice of winter? Or what
Uh,
can be the pumpkin
yeah.
spice of winter?
And it's a great question because I think there's a couple of candidates, and I think that's what kind of makes this difficult. Is there's a few candidates, and none of the three necessarily stick out as well as pumpkin spice does because there are other spice categories around fall that are, in the discussion of things that you have, but pumpkin spice rules the kingdom. It's that simple. So for me, cranberries in that category. I don't like cranberry. Anything, basically. Now, maybe if you have it in a cocktail and we're mixing some other things around, I'm on board. Cranberry sauce, cranberries, cranberry flavored, cranberry juice. No, sorry, not for me, but popular around winter, Christmas time. So that's one. Another one is gingerbread. Now, this is kind of a more, it doesn't pop up as frequently, I feel like. And then especially after Christmas, it's like gone. Um, but to do just a very quick brunch court, if you will, example, we might be gaining popularity with gingerbread. What you're seeing on the screen right now is Pepsi Zero Sugar Gingerbread. Yes, Pepsi Zero Sugar Gingerbread. First of all, this can is gorgeous. Gorgeous can.
That's what I was just about to interrupt you to say that. I was like, I don't know how long I'm going to let Dan talk without being able to say that this can is amazing. This is the best. We've been doing Brunch Court for a million years.
Yeah.
And the only time we've ever said anything about cans is when we're talking about beers. And we all have different beer cans
True.
and breweries and all this stuff. It's like, yeah, it's like the cans are, some of the can hard's amazing. Not so much with the Pepsi. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's incredible.
A gorgeous looking can. And so, again, I think gingerbread has a place in this discussion. And just to fill you in quickly, you're all probably like, well, wait a minute. What about the Pepsi? What about that? So, quickly, a festive blend of brown sugar, cinnamon, ginger, and molasses, which like goes kind of with what Pepsi is anyways, in ways. Now, it's not being released publicly yet. You can, I guess there is a way. No, see, okay, I'm reading this now because it's receive a free can when procuring 2 packs of Pepsi mini cans on Pepsi's TikTok shop starting December 4th. A lot of work involved. I don't even know. Pepsi has a TikTok shop.
That's a lot of work.
Or you can enter to win on Pepsi's website December 4th through December 11th. Maybe they'll surprise us, and after all that nonsense, they'll release it. But Pepsi gingerbread. So I think gingerbread also in the conversation. But in my opinion, the spice of the winter, it's peppermint.
Okay.
Now you want to call that a spice, whatever it is. Peppermint for me kind of rules during this time of year. What about you?
Okay, so here's what I was thinking with this.
Okay.
And I know it's supposed to be a spice. And everything you said, I get, because peppermint makes sense because candy canes. When do you eat candy canes? When do you have that flavor ever come to you? It's almost like how we were talking about stuffing last week. It's like stuffing just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It just doesn't exist, right?
Right.
Anytime other than Thanksgiving. And peppermint's kind of that way too. But I was like, chocolate. It's not a spice.
Sure.
But chocolate to me is just everything has chocolate in it at this time. Everything.
True.
Everything. And it's like, and I am not somebody who eats a lot of chocolate, but like I eat other sweets throughout the year. But chocolate at this time of year, it's like chocolate. And it's like, and I'm not a girl, so like Valentine's Day, that doesn't exist for me. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, no one's
yeah.
buying me
Right.
chocolates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's fair.
But at Christmas time, it's just chocolate everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I feel like there needs to be a bigger push on chocolate. Just needs to be like, yo, this chocolate is the season. Whoever decided pumpkin spice was fall, and now we just do it. Someone just needs to be like, it's chocolate everything.
Yeah.
And we're just chocolating it all. It's Christmas. It's chocolate. We're just doing it. But It could go that way with everything. A little other things. Like you mentioned gingerbread, that too. Because like gingerbread, that's probably that. If I'm being honest, that's probably the one.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might be the one that if you're going to do some kind of spice situation, it's gingerbread. And then it's just gingerbread carries it through everything.
Right.
That's probably it.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but I like your stance on chocolate. You're right, because a lot of things are flavored. You do see a lot of it, and a lot of things are like hot cocoa flavored this. It's like it's chocolate.
Everything.
Let's get real. It's chocolate.
Yes.
You're just trying to be cute and cozy with the time of the year. Hot chocolate, espresso martini. It's chocolate. It's mocha. It's mocha for crying out loud. It's basically just what they call it. this time of year.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, you're right. I do. I thought of that. I thought of that, and I don't think it gets enough of the proper push. It's kind of just like you're right. It's kind of just kind of pushed to the side because it's not a spice,
Yeah.
right? And I think, but it's in everything. It's around everything this time of year. It complements so many things that yeah need a little bit more love for chocolate. Hot cocoa, flavored this and
Well,
that. Yeah.
wait, is that it? Is it hot cocoa season? Is it
Y-
hot chocolate season? Is that
yeah.
just what we say? It's hot chocolate season because that might be it. Because it's not just chocolate, it's always hot chocolate.
Right.
And that's what everyone like
Exactly.
disguises it all as. It's like hot chocolate. And it's only this time of year that it's hot chocolate. No other
Right.
time of year we're doing that.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's
They
just
just
a push.
frame it and disguise it that way because of the time of year. But yeah, hot cocoa flavored marshmallows. They're chocolate.
Yeah.
They're chocolate,
Yeah, it's
everybody.
chocolate.
But hot cocoa, yeah, very popular one. Very, very popular one. But they squeeze it, they frame it that way. Now for me, it's still pumpkin spice. Like the season doesn't end basically. If the season goes through the Super Bowl for me for pumpkin spice. Okay. So I hate that everything's just gone. It's just wrong to me. It should go through Christmas for normal people, and then for me, it's through President's Day. But anyways, but there are some nice other again, cranberry, gingerbread, peppermint, big one. But chocolate, shouts to chocolate. Not enough respect for chocolate this time of year. Needs to get a little bit more of the spotlight. Hot cocoa.
Well, well, that's only because you buy so much of it that it lasts you to February.
that's
It's
that's
not
that is true. That is
like
true.
you
Right. I'm
have to
stocked
use it.
up.
Like
Yeah.
like you have to use it. I wonder what Shannon feels about pumpkin spice being all over her house till February.
I can tell
Because
you she hates it because it's we ran out of room in our pantry. I have to put it in the laundry room and it's just inventory in there for months. And she's like, "You're gonna buy another one when you have another box of that already in there?" I'm like, "Yes, I am." This happened yesterday. We were at the store. I love these pumpkin spice pretzels. It's like a pumpkin
okay.
spice, almost like a yogurt pretzel, right? And they're pumpkin spice flavored covered pretzels. And I get them every year. And then we were at the store yesterday and they had them on sale for $1 and they're usually like 7. And I looked at her, I was like, well, we have to get them. It was like $1. I was like, I'll eat them eventually, but I'm not going to turn down $1 pumpkin spice pretzel. I mean, yeah, now's the time where I'm looking at everybody's got all the falls, the wintry stuff up, the peppermint, the chocolate, all that we were just talking about. But I'm looking for that fall clearance. Load up on the pumpkin spice because we got to get to February with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you're like, babe. You said you wanted to throw a Super Bowl party this year. How are we gonna have that without pumpkin spice pretzels? Like, come on.
Right. Exactly.
We got to get it to February. Got to get it to
Right.
February. All right. My second holiday thought. I don't know if you saw any of the Macy's holiday parade because
Oh
I am a
yeah.
big fan of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. Wake up, watch that thing, and it was disgusting. It was raining like crazy. You had
Yeah.
dancers slipping. You had a lot of people, a lot of singers just standing put because they didn't want to fall down, and it just looked gross.
Yeah.
Everybody's in ponchos. It just when the Macy's parades when it rains, it does not look like a fun place to be. And it made me think, should Christmas parades happen in the rain? And my answer is absolutely not. I think all Christmas parades, from Wellsburg up to the Macy's parade, none of them should happen in the rain. You should just postpone it. Just be like, sorry, guys, we're not doing it. We got to wait for a nice day. Whether that's the next day or that's a week from now, you just have to stop it because it does not get you happy for Christmas. It made me sad. This is not fun. It's not. No,
It
shouldn't
was
happen.
it was kind of a depressing sight to see, and I did watch
Yeah.
all the parade. It's part of tradition here as well. Like, can we at least squeegee off and sweep that floor that they put down on the street in
Oh,
front of Macy's where the performances are taking place? Because, like you said, there was some slipping and sliding, and we need better traction on that surface. And I know they want to keep the parade moving, like line up 40 people and that's their job. They just go back and forth. That's like 25 seconds. We can
yeah.
pause the parade for 25 seconds. Heck, they paused it for basically 3 minutes for the Warden Treaty because they couldn't figure out the freaking music when they were there. I'm like, you guys been putting this parade for how long? And like one of the best acts there, you mess up the sound. So, and then they like rushed Santa because they're like, we got to get to the dog show, which was pre-taped at noon. Like, chill out.
I
Can we
know.
go? Can we not rush Santa Claus for crying out loud? Anyways, get back on track
And
here.
the WVU marching band. You can't rush the WVU marching band bringing Santa out. You can't rush them.
Squeegee some sweeping because there was confetti, wet confetti, and leaves. It was just too much. Like, it's bad in the rain, and you just see the people drip. The performers that don't get to wear a poncho, you could see they're soaked. And yeah, then you had the artists who were like, "Listen, here's our rain plan. You're all still going to keep dancing, except for you. You're holding the umbrella over me the whole time. Sorry." All the stuff that you've been practicing for months, forget it.
Yeah,
You need to stand
forget it.
next to me and hold the umbrella. That's your job now.
Yeah. Yeah. I did. I just like because we went to a light thing last night and you walk through lights in LA. It's what you do. You walk through them because it's like 55 degrees outside at night. That's the coldest it's gonna be. And it's great. And it always makes me think, and I've told you guys this before, how much I like doing the winter things more now than here because I
Yeah.
hated doing them when I was a kid. Hated going to Christmas parades because it was way too damn cold, all that stuff. Love going to Christmas parades here because it's nice outside. And with the parades, I just feel like you shouldn't make people miserable on purpose. Cold is one thing. If it's
Ooh.
super cold, hey, you can't do anything about it. But rain,
Wet cold.
don't make people go into the rain. It's just like, I just think that's a shame. I think there should just be a rule. No Christmas parades in the rain.
It's not pleasant
None.
for anybody in the parade or watching because those people line up hours and hours
No.
and hours before that
Oh,
thing, right? In
God.
like the middle of the
Yeah.
night, practically. It was wet cold there in New York
Yeah.
City. Just straight miserable. Yeah, it's not
Good.
fun for anybody. Like the parade is already getting more and more cringy. I will say
Hmm.
that. Like, I don't need to see Savannah and Hoda and Al Roker like dancing and jamming, like cutting away from a performer who's lip syncing anyways to like
Yeah.
see them dance. It's so cringy. It makes me want to vomit how cringy it is. And then everybody except them is just drenched and freezing. It was didn't exactly put me in the holiday
No.
spirit. Exactly.
It did not. It
Yeah.
made me, it literally made me sad. I was like,
Yeah.
this is not how this is supposed to go. Like, I'm see the Gabby's dollhouse float. I'm like, you can barely see it. It's all dark in New York
Yeah.
City. Like,
How are
this is a
they
bummer.
how are they drying those floats off at the end of the day? Because they like you got to store those. They're very, very, very expensive. They don't just throw them in the incinerator. I can't imagine. Some of them they use over and over again. And for them to be that like, can you imagine what it takes to not only put those away, but now you have to wait for them to dry. You can't put
Okay.
them away wet. How's that working? How's
All
that work?
right. Now that is something that we have to look at and check on. Like if there's not some like New York one news station or whatever
Yeah.
story on that this weekend, I'm gonna be very angry because I'm gonna be looking for this. I'm gonna be looking for this very hard because I want to know this now because we have a bounce house that is like for water, right? It's got like water guns and stuff all
Yep.
over it, whatever. It's all for water slides, whatever. It takes forever. I have to drag that thing from the back of my house to the front of my house because that's where it's just concrete and sun. And it dries for like a day and a half.
Yeah.
It's nowhere near as big as when they made this parade. Let
Right.
me tell you. And so, how long or what do you use? Because it's not like you can be like, I'm gonna put some like hot thing on it.
No. Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Yeah.
now
Brunch
I gotta
investigates.
know.
Yeah. Brunch breakdown
Yeah,
investigates. Similar thing
yeah,
where when I was working in college athletics for the Kent State Golden Flashes, we had a big inflatable Golden Flash, which is an eagle, by the way, that was 3 stories tall, but not
yeah,
anywhere near the size of one of these parade floats. And so, yes, it would be in the rain. So we'd have to blow it up inside the gymnasium for a couple of days for it to just
yeah.
air dry. But like, where were you doing this in the Goodyear blimp hangar where all these things can fit? Like, you know what I mean? Where is that taking
Yeah.
place? Just right off of Fifth Avenue, right off of Broadway in New York City? No. Brunch Breakdown investigates. We got to get some answers on this.
Oh my God. I got it. I have to know this now. Wow. That yeah, we're finding
Yeah.
this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Need
we're
to know.
100% finding this out.
Okay.
Need to know. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Well, those are some Thanksgiving thoughts. And lastly, let's get into this Doritos nightclub that is opened in well, not Staples Center,
The Crypt.
crypto.com arena, the Crypt, where the Lakers play, where the Kings play, where the Clippers used to play. Now they play in their own palace, which is amazing, by the way. But that's besides the point. But that's why Dorito opened this Doritos nightclub, because they're like, wait, the new place over there, you don't want to go there. We got the Doritos After Dark, which is a nightclub open after all events at Staples Center and at Crypto, and you can get a bunch of really great Doritos bites. Do you think what do you think about this, Dan? Doritos nightclub.
I think it's genius. I think it's absolutely genius. We kind of alluded to, and maybe the Doritos people, the Frito-Lay people were listening to the Brunch
I
Breakdown when
think
we
they
talked
were.
about the Cheez-It pop-up restaurant, I think in New York. Maybe they had one in LA too.
Yes.
They had a couple of them. And we thought, who else can do this? And naturally, we mentioned Doritos, the obvious choice. This has to be incredible. I don't love that it's only available to ticket holders for crypto events. I don't love that. I think there's
Yeah.
one exception, right? It's like before the Sabrina Carpenter concert or something like that. There may be letting some.
Yeah.
Like, that's it though. It's like that. You don't need that. Don't limit it. You don't. People will flock to anything Doritos, especially when you look at this menu, which I know we're going to get into here momentarily. But
Yeah.
um, I guess it's. I mean, they're not having trouble selling tickets to events there, but it would get me to think twice about it, thinking, well, this ticket might be expensive, but we can get into the Doritos nightclub, then it's a 2 for 1. It's a 2 for 1. So I love it.
Listen, not all events at Crypto Arena are created equal.
Sure.
Not everything is like the
Right.
hottest pop star in the world. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you have an arena in town, not every show at the PPG Paints or whatever it's called now. I don't know if it's still
Yeah.
whatever.
That's it. The paint
Whatever.
bucket. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. The paint bucket, whatever. Like I'm not every event is the same.
True.
So you go on StubHub, find a cheap ticket, and go to go whenever you want. Go at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Go whenever
Yeah.
get your ticket on and get yourself some Doritos spicy sweet chili chicken bites.
Oh man.
These look bomb.
Yeah.
Or Doritos flaming hot nacho veggie dumplings. Doritos, these probably are my favorite. Doritos nacho cheese messy taquitos.
Oh
These
man.
look incredible.
Come on.
Uh, Doritos nacho cheese Texas style loaded nachos.
Yeah.
Doritos spicy chili ramen Rito. Doritos cool ranch loaded pita. Now it gets interesting. Doritos flaming hot cool ranch Cali roll. Doritos spicy sweet chili veggie roll, among other things, man. I don't know about Doritos sushi, but
Yeah. That one a little concerning, but and you can wash it all down with a margarita with flaming hot limon Doritos rim. I love
yeah,
that. I love
I
that.
do.
And
I
then
do.
to really question everything, the dessert offering, ice cream dipped in chocolate, which sounds like Dairy Queen, right? Right? Sounds like
Yep.
Dairy Queen.
Yep.
Dipped in chocolate and then rolled in Doritos. I don't know. I don't think so on that. There's a couple of questionable items on here, but everything else incredible. And like Cool Ranch Doritos, so many things you can do with. Obviously, the traditional nacho Doritos, they get the spicy. It's the flavor of life right there. Doritos, like they can do so much. They can do so much. I hope this is we're just testing the waters here for something larger because, I mean, they're getting a little nuts. They're getting a
Yeah.
little nuts. Sometimes you're going to
Yeah.
order these things just to be like, I tried it. Like, we need a brunch court correspondent. I guess that's you since
guess it's me.
since you're in LA. And we need a review for some of the more questionable items, I think.
This Doritos Flamin' Hot Cool Ranch Cali Roll. I have to.
Gotta
I don't.
know, right?
I have to know.
You just have
I
to
just
know.
have to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's a California roll, cool, but with Flamin' Cool Ranch. I don't know, man, but I gotta try it. I've gotta try it. Like everything else, I feel like it's pretty tame. But this the ice, yeah, the cone with the dipped in chocolate and all the Doritos. I gotta try that too. I don't know what my stomach will be like after I try this stuff, but because there's churros on here too. That's fine. Like the drinks, they all seem cool too.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, there's just a couple on here. There's a couple on here that it's like, oh, I don't know. But I'm
This
willing to try it.
Yeah, this is made for Brunch Court, this whole menu.
Yes,
And
100%.
that's what we need. We just need 3 all access passes to the crypt. We'll come in for a low key event. We'll do some live taste tests right there. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Then we'll head over to the Great Wolf Lodge and celebrate. I mean,
This is literally, I guess when you look at this, this is like the brunch. This is the brunch court cafe. So if we were to
yeah,
open
right.
a restaurant, it would be the brunch breakdown cafe or the brunch court, whatever, and it would have all the items that we talk about in brunch court that we've
Yeah,
never tried, but we're like these all seem like they'll be good on a menu or questionable, and this is where you come to try them.
exactly. Yes, the Brunch Court
Yeah,
Cafe. I love that.
yeah,
I love
yeah.
that.
TM, TM.
TM.
Yeah, yeah. BlueSky, TM. It's
Yeah.
ours. It's ours. Don't take the name. All right. Well, let's get into music, Daniel. What
Let's
have
do
you
it.
been listening to over the past week or so?
Yeah, for sure. So naturally, this time of year, not a ton of new music coming out this week, I should say, in particular.
Yeah.
But something that came through on the shuffle this week was a song off of Zed's album, which I thought was really, really good. That came out, I think, late summer, early fall ish, maybe August. Um, and I think when the album first came out, I had put on a single, one of the singles that featured B Miller, who you and I have been a fan of.
Mhm.
Which sounds weird since she was like literally like a tween
Like,
practically.
yeah, seriously.
Crazy, crazy. Um, and super happy for how her career has kind of taken off. And I love that she's on this album. She's done this album twice though. And I think I had kind of focused on the first single off the album that had her featured on it. And I almost forgot about the second one, Tangerine Rays. Zed, B. Miller, and Ellis, Tangerine Rays. And I probably just didn't give it as much attention as the first one because I loved it, but this one's just as great. So I'm gonna put it on the playlist this week.
Nice. Nice. Well, you mentioned Kendrick at the start of the show,
Mhm.
and he's been going viral because there is a song on his album that is that features DJ Mustard. And at the beginning, it's just Kendrick screaming, Mustard! And basically every fast food, anybody who has something to do with mustard, Heinz has a billboard that shouts out Kendrick and just says mustard with a big mustard bottle. Yeah, McDonald's has done tweets about it. Basically, anything that uses mustard or has a mustard packet has been capitalizing off this thing. And the song's good. So TV Off is what the song is called. TV Off, off Kendrick's album GNX that just came out last week. So yeah, shouts to Kendrick and giving us that moment. And still, just Drake, Jesus Christ,
Come on,
go
dude.
away.
Better-
Just, just go hide
yeah,
for a bit.
seriously, it's great advice.
Yeah.
Next one up for me is someone I saw perform actually last night. Dee Dee, I think you saw that Girl
Yeah.
in Red. First time we got to see her live since Coachella a couple of years ago. Honestly, it's been a couple of years since we got to see her when she was kind of just getting started at Coachella. I think she was a Gobi tent. I think she was at the
Hmm.
Gobi tent there. And of course, her fame has blown up. Why? Because she was opening for Taylor Swift, of course. So it was super annoying. Um, being in this jam-packed space last night. Good news is though that everybody's like 4'10" there. All the Taylor Swift fans. So no visual really issues seeing her, but jam-packed show. She put on a hell of a show. She's suffering from bronchitis, and she still went out there and killed it. It was nuts. It was absolutely crazy. So I'll put something on her from her album "I'm Doing It Again, Baby" that came out earlier this year. And I'm gonna put on the song that she didn't perform last night, which I was a little bummed about. But it's still one of my favorites. "You Need Me Now," which features Sabrina Carpenter, one of the more popular songs off that album. So throw that on there for you.
Yeah, that's an album I like. I like Girl in Red a lot. And but also you're like talking about the age of the people at the show, like or the height of the people at the show. Girl in Red's young. Like she's like under 25, right? Like she's
Yeah, I
young.
think she's like 24. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah,
she's
yeah.
young.
I'm like, damn.
So
I'm looking around. I'm like, damn. This is
yeah,
this
it's
is starting
like
to not be my scene. Shannon
yeah,
goes,
it's
yeah.
like
Shannon goes, I miss when the artists we used to listen to weren't popular, and I was like, me too. This is
I
just
mean,
it's the way it is now.
listen,
Thanks
that's what
TikTok.
happens. Hey, TikTok, yeah, TikTok really has like kind of ruined that for
Yeah,
folks.
it
Like
it
it really
has.
has. Like because of the way that artists can like route tours now, because of seeing like who listens to her. Like we joke about it on the Brunch Breakdown, how we're gonna do a show in Ireland because like we've got a great Ireland, we got a great
Right,
Irish following.
right.
Shouts to everybody in Ireland listening to the Brunch Breakdown. And you can just do that. Any artist can do that. So it's like if you're like, oh yeah, like millions of people listen to me on Spotify in Pittsburgh, but don't in another city. I'm
Yeah,
going to Pittsburgh and I'm gonna have my biggest show or something, or I'm gonna pack this place. It's interesting how artists can do that. So it makes it seem like when you're like, oh yeah, going to see this new artist like no one knows about, and then it's like, oh wait, everyone in Pittsburgh
everybody here.
loves
Yeah,
this.
yeah, exactly.
All right.
Hate it.
Yeah.
Hate it.
All right. So I have one. Jack Harlow put out a new song called Hello Miss Johnson. The beat of this is so cool. Jack Harlow's so cool.
Mhm.
He's definitely moving up the cool white guy rankings for me. And he's great. Jack Harlow, Hello Miss Johnson. This song's just really cool. If you haven't heard it, it's great. So check it out.
He's probably due for a big year next year, no?
He's probably got something coming
Right?
in the next year or
I
so. I
feel like
imagine so.
I feel like we're getting there. I feel like we're getting there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Well, Dee Dee, my last song. We just passed Thanksgiving. It's in our rearview mirror. By the time this episode comes out, it's already going to be December. It's time, baby. It's time. This Christmas by our boy, reigning person of the year, Teddy Swims. That sneaky Christmas EP he put out years and years and years ago, which also reminds me we are only a few weeks away from the brunchies, ladies and
Oh yeah,
gentlemen.
baby.
So get yourself ready. Also, us get ourselves ready.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
it's Christmas. It's a time for Christmas music, and Teddy's gonna kick us off with this Christmas.
Dude, beautiful. I was listening to that shoot at some point this past week because
Nice.
the kids are all getting ready for their Christmas program. So all they want to listen to is Christmas music right now because
Ah,
they've
yeah,
got
yeah,
their
yeah.
Christmas programs coming up in a couple weeks. So it's just like jingle bells, whatever. And so like I throw in the jams because I'm like, I can't just listen to these regular songs all the time.
Right.
And yeah, so we've been playing a lot of Ariana Grande, a lot of
Oh,
Teddy
nice.
Swims. And
Yeah.
speaking of Ariana Grande, because of Wicked, which I don't know if you've listened to like if you've listened to the radio, they're playing the songs from Wicked on the radio. Um, so I want to shout out Ariana Grande because her album full Grammy snub, like full
Oh,
on Eternal Sunshine, full
so
on
wrong.
Grammy snub.
So
I have
wrong.
no idea why that is not up for album of the year because it's an album. Like I need to tell people it's an album.
Yeah.
Like from start to finish, it is a beginning, middle, and album.
Right.
And I hope people realize this more as Ariana Grande is going to be asked to perform on every single thing. She's going to perform on the Oscars. There's no doubt they're going to be performing Defying Gravity on the Oscars
100.
and or Popular or whoever, whatever. It's
Yeah.
going to be incredible. And she's having a humongous year. But this album was super good. I
Yeah.
love this album. And so I'm going to put something on the playlist from this album because like I've just been remembering how great this album is. And like I wish I Hated You I could put on, but there's just oh my God. It's like just forget how good Yes and was. And it came out in like March or whatever,
Yeah.
February. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, dude,
Great call out there. Yeah. Wrong.
that album is Eternal Sunshine is so good. And I just want, Grammys be damned. Aria's having
Seriously.
a great year, but Eternal Sunshine, I do not want it to be forgotten. I do
No,
not want it to be forgotten.
certainly a contender in album of the year in the Brunchies. It will not be left off the
100%.
nomination list for us.
No,
I can guarantee you
it
that.
will not.
Yeah.
It will not. Well, that is what we are listening to. Make sure you check out the playlist on Spotify. 2 weeks of songs on there. And tell Siri, tell Alexa, tell everybody that you follow, tell Blue Sky to play the sounds of brunch. What do you do over there? I guess we're gonna find out.
We'll find
We're
out
gonna
one
find
way.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna find out one way or another. But yeah, check out the Sounds of Brunch playlist exclusively on Spotify. Dan, any final thoughts on the brunch breakdown? Wait, before I actually get to that, yeah, we
Yeah.
got to figure out a brunchies date. Brunchies coming soon. It's November 30th. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got to
Telling
figure
you.
that out.
Be here
So
before we know it. We're
yeah,
less than a
we got
month
to
left
figure
in the
that out.
year. So we do.
Yeah,
We need to look at the
brunchies.
calendar.
Yeah, brunchies coming soon. Got to get some new categories in there. So at brunch breakdown,
Yeah.
let us know if there's a category that you want us to throw in to the brunchies celebration, and we'll get that in our nice year end wrap up show. All right, now
Love that.
Dan, let everybody know. Well, no, not let everybody know. Dan, any final thoughts?
Lots of final thoughts. We discussed a lot here today. A lot of
We
fun.
did.
But one thing I've learned through this experience with you, Dee Dee, is if I can bring leftover green bean casserole on a plane, then I can fly out to LA, go to a show at the Crypt, load up on some Doritos foods, and then bring some extra Doritos to sprinkle on my deviled eggs instead of the paprika. And then I'll fly back home for 5 hours and have everybody else enjoy it.
And that's the brunch breakdown. We're out.